Hello, I'm Cadet Volentine with Iowa State ROTC. Today I'm going to be going over an SI video for usually ones who it's their first time going to an FTX. Some of the things I'm going to go over is breaking in boots, what boots are actually 670, AR 670-1 compliant, what socks to wear, how to prep your feet, what to do with your feet before you sleep, how to fix your feet, what to pack, and how to field strip your MRE. Okay, so first we're going to start with breaking in your boots. There's a few different ways to break in your boots, and you're going to want to do this especially if you're being issued a brand new pair of boots, because if you go out there without breaking them in, you are going to get lots of blisters, hot spots, and all of the rucking that we do during FTX will make FTX very painful and that much more unenjoyable. So one way to do it is you take your boots and you put them in the washer, and you do not dry them. This will flood them with water, it'll get them massaged around, and they will become a lot more pliable. Once you wash them, you're going to want to put them on and wear them around for a couple hours. Doing this will kind of form them to your feet and make it to where you don't get as many blisters. Another way to do it is people put them on and stand in the shower for a little while, and then when they get out of the shower, they go and they walk around. Either way you do it, you want to make sure that you get your boots wet and you wear them for a few hours, and before you go to FTX, wear them around campus for probably a week, and by that time they should be broken in and molded to your feet, and you will have a lot less blisters when we start rucking 4 to 9 miles during FTX. So the next thing is we are going to talk about what boots are actually compliant. So if you are one who is uncontracted, I would not go buy brand new boots because you do not know if you're going to like ROTC or the military in general. If you are contracted, then you will probably want to go out and purchase a commercial pair of boots instead of the ones that the Army issues you. These boots, the place where you go to find this is Pubs. It's armypubs.com. Just search it into Google, and what you're going to look for is AR 670-1. It's a pamphlet, it's not the actual AR. In this, it's going to give you a description of what your boots need to be, and I wrote a few of these down. So one, if you're wearing OCPs like I am right now, it's this pattern. We don't wear the old pattern, the gray pair. We don't wear those anymore, but for the OCPs, you are going to need tan or a coyote color pair of boots, and that is these pair of boots. Now along with that, your laces need to be the same exact color as your boots. A few other things that you're going to want to know is the soles. They need to be either rubber or polyether polythyrene for the outside of the shoe. Now these can only reach, it cannot go above 2 inches, and it can also not go up your heel. The other thing is that the sole cannot reach over your toe. If you have any other questions about that, you can just go to Army Pubs, and usually when you're searching for boots, it will tell you if they are AR 670-1 compliant. Some of them have different soles, and those ones are not compliant with AR 670-1 because they do not provide either enough protection or enough support, or they just haven't been certified yet. So make sure that you get certified boots. If you don't, you will not be able to wear them. The next thing we're going to talk about is what socks to wear. So socks are very important, especially for moisture wicking purposes and to make sure that you don't get hot spots or blisters. You do not want to go out and get cotton socks, normal Hanes or whatever socks that you usually buy. You don't want to buy those. You're going to get wool or smart wool socks. So wool, it's a moisture wicking material, and it's going to suck the moisture away from your feet, creating the less likelihood that you're going to get blisters. A good brand for this is Smart Wool or Fox River. These socks are Fox Rivers, and they are a little bit more cushioned because they are meant for the winter time or when it starts to get cold. You can also buy wool socks that are thinner, and you'll usually wear those during the summer so your feet don't get hot. Okay, now we're gonna go over how to prep your feet. So prepping your feet is very important, especially when you're gonna be out on your feet all day or you're gonna go for a long ruck. A few things you can do, everybody does it a little bit different. For me, I first make sure you don't have anything on your feet. Your feet need to be clean. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take Gold Bond foot powder and you're going to put that powder on your feet. This will make sure that your feet stay dry before you put them in your socks. Now, if you know that you get hot spots when you ruck, you're going to want to put something on those hot spots to prevent it. Usually people put either Band-Aids or they use moleskin. So moleskin you can usually buy in little packages like this. I do not prefer moleskin. I feel like moleskin comes off a lot, but this is what a lot of people use. I put Band-Aids on my heels before I go out into the field or before I ruck, and make sure that you get waterproof Band-Aids so that way they stick to your feet over the entire course of the day or the ruck that you're going to be going on. Once you do that, there's a few things that you can do with your socks. So if you are wearing the Army issued green socks, I would put the Army issued dress socks on before you put the green socks on. This is going to create another layer of boundary between you and your boots, and that will also help prevent blisters. If you're wearing smart wool socks, I wouldn't do that. I would put your Band-Aid on and then your socks on. Now some people, they like to wear 2 pairs of socks. That is perfectly okay. It's just creating another boundary between you and your boots. The next thing we're going to talk about is so before you go to sleep, there's some things that people do wrong with their feet. So a lot of people will sleep with their socks on or their boots on. You do not want to do this. If you're going to be sleeping in a sleeping bag, you want to make sure that you take your socks off and your boots off before you go to sleep, and you want to massage them before you head to bed. Massaging them will relax your feet and they will feel better in the morning. And if you don't wear socks and you don't wear boots, it will dry your feet out, and you want your feet to be dry when you're rucking or when you're moving around in a tactical area like you will be during FTX. And then, so let's say you do all this and your feet still get messed up. In order to fix your feet, you can either see a cadre, you can see one of the medics. We usually have quite a few medics in the RTC program, or you can do it yourself. In doing this, you're going to want to switch socks. If you have a second pair of boots, you're going to want to switch boots. You want to keep them as dry as possible. Reapply Band-Aids, reapply moleskin, and reapply foot powder. You're going to want the whole thing is keep your feet dry so that they're not moving around and creating blisters. So the next thing we're going to talk about is what to pack. This is very important. A lot of people take the packing list that you will receive, and that's the only thing they bring. You can get by, but it's also very uncomfortable. So like I said, you're definitely going to want to bring Band-Aids, and just make sure you have a waterproof set. You're also going to want to bring moleskin if you prefer moleskin. There are also companies out there that make this stuff especially for combat boots or rucking, and one place is Combat Ready Tactical Body Tape. They also do it. And then you're also going to want to bring a little package of Gold Bond foot powder. You're going to be using this in the morning, at night, whenever you decide that you're going to reapply socks or Band-Aids. And remember, put the Band-Aid on before you apply the Gold Bond foot powder, or else it's not going to stick. Some other things you're going to want to bring is like a pain reliever like Tylenol or ibuprofen. You're going to get sore out there, and it's going to make everything a little bit more enjoyable if you're not hurting. Something else you're going to want to bring is snacks. So for me, I like to bring a lot of granola bars. And you can put this in your ruck, your sustainment pouches that are on the side of your ruck, or you can put them in your pockets. It really doesn't matter, but when you're out in the field, you're not going to have time to open up your MRE whenever you want. Sometimes you're going to be hungry, so you just pull a snack out of your uniform or your ruck and you're good to go. Also, you're definitely going to want to bring baby wipes. So we are in the military, and when you go into a military post or anything like that, when you're out in the field, they're not always going to have toilet paper, so make sure you take your baby wipes with you. Also, before you go to bed, it's a really nice way of giving yourself like a baby wipe shower. Clean yourself up, make sure you're not disgusting from the day before. You're going to feel a lot cleaner, you're going to feel a lot better than day after. It's also a good way of cleaning your feet before you reapply your socks or reapply your band-aids. Another thing is you want to take a travel size hygiene kit. You're not going to want to take a big thing of toothpaste, a big thing of shampoo or conditioner. You're going to want to make sure everything that you have is small, because ounces equal pounds. So the more little things that you have, the heavier your ruck is going to get, and you're not going to think about it if you are just, oh, I need this or I need that. Make sure everything that you put in is as light as possible and as small as possible. It's going to make rucking a lot easier when they tell you to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go on a 9-mile ruck. That's one thing that's huge, is people put on their rucks and they're 60 pounds. You want to make sure yours is as light as possible. Another thing is chapstick. Every time you go into the field, you need to have chapstick on. The wind will blow, you're going to be out there for a long period of time, the sun's beating down on you, your lips are going to be chapped. Make sure you bring at least 1 or 2 little things of chapstick, and a good place to put them is in your side pouch right here. If you put them on here, it's going to be hard with your flick and your uniform on. So just put it in your side pouch, and you're not going to lose it, and you're not going to forget about it. Something else to bring is plastic bags. For me, I put a lot of things in plastic bags. It keeps them dry. You're going to want to put your phone in a plastic bag. You're going to want to put your wallet in a plastic bag. Anything that you do not want to get wet. And a lot of people, they will fold up their clothes. They will also put those in the big gallon Ziploc bags, and that will keep them dry. Because for some reason, during every FTX that I've been at ROTC, it has always rained. So make sure you bring your plastic bags. And on that note, make sure you bring your wet weather gear. Don't forget it. And then one of the last things to bring that I can think of right now is a waterproof notepad. If you take out a regular notepad and it starts raining, you start writing, it's going to bleed everywhere. You're not going to be able to write on it. Go to any FTX, you can find one on Amazon. Just make sure you get a waterproof notepad, and that way you're going to be able to take notes, you're going to be able to write things down, you're going to be able to go over your attack plans, your raid plans, everything like that on a notepad without it being soaking wet. Okay, and then we're just a couple things left. The next thing is make sure you check the weather. Make sure you know if it's going to be cold. If they only say that you need to bring your summer sleeping bag, but it's going to be freezing cold and you know that you get cold, make sure you bring your winter one. Make sure that you bring underlayers. Right now it's pretty cold outside. I'm wearing my waffle tops, and I'm feeling pretty good. So make sure that you wear your issued cold weather gear. Now, if you're one, you're not gonna get everything you want, and you're not gonna get everything you're supposed to. So go out and get civilian cold weather gear, Under Armour, fleece, something like that, to make sure that you're not freezing while you're standing out there. Okay, and now we're gonna talk about how to field strip an MRE. So field stripping an MRE is a good way to reduce weight. You're going to open up all your MREs, and you're going to pick out what you want. Make sure that you keep your spoons, make sure you keep the little thing of napkins or toilet paper, whatever you're going to use them for. Usually I pick out the main meals, and I keep the main meals as my main source of calories for the day. Other than that, I usually use snacks. Whatever you need to get by, that's what you bring. Don't bring extra. There's no reason to add weight to your ruck. Like I said, make sure your ruck is as light as possible with everything that you need. And then I just realized there's something I forgot. A lot of people will bring their camelbacks. You're not really going to be in a situation during FTX where you need a camelback. You can bring it if you want, but usually people just bring their 2 canteens, and they're pretty set, unless it's on your packing list. Your canteens are going to be perfectly fine. Also, you're going to be issued a L-shaped flashlight. Those don't work very well. Okay, so make sure that you go out and you get a headlamp. Now your headlamp it needs to have a red light feature because when you're outside in the dark doing land nav, you're not going to be able to use your bright light. The only time you're going to be able to use your white light is if you're in trouble or distress. Make sure it has a red lens or you won't be able to use it. So that's everything for today. Again, my name is CDT Volentine, and there's lots of videos on this page to help you out with anything ROTC related.